All right, let's get it. Let's go. Back again. Here we go. J Life in the house. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget give me a thumbs up if you're getting some value out of all these charts we're going through here. So today we're going to talk about consolidation. 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 How to identify it quickly and then how to respond to it. How to identify it quickly and then how to respond to it. So I have a very simple method to identify it. Anyone can do this. Super simple. Here's what you want to do. You want to look at three candles that are all the same color. And you want to box those candles up. So right now we're going to go from this area right here. Blue candle, blue candle, blue candle. If the market does not break out at the top or the bottom of those three blue candles, this is considered consolidation. And all it really is doing is hitting the bottom, going to the top, bouncing back down. This one actually broke out but came right back in and just hung out in that area. And so consolidation again is basically where the market's not really moving up, market's not really moving down, it's kind of moving sideways, not really putting in new highs, not really putting in new lows, really just moving sideways, accumulating liquidity. So as you see here, the market was we're on our way down. Yeah, we're moving down. The market hit this point here where it just kind of stuck. And you see here, these three candles, I got them zoned up for you. We couldn't break out of this one, we got rejected. We came back down, we couldn't break out the bottom. We came back, we hit the second one, we got rejected. We hit the third one, we got rejected. We couldn't break out of the top of the third one. Came back down. Tried again, came back down. Tried again. And so we were trying to push back up. And we finally broke out the top. You see here? We finally broke that consolidation. But really, if you guys see here, look at this. There's three in a row right here. I'm going to overlap this really quick so you can see it. We'll change the color to white. You see it really just moved up to another consolidation zone. 1, 2, 3. Market didn't break out the top, broke out the bottom here, so it left the zone. But you guys see, tried, came right back to the zone and consolidated again, then came back down to this zone. So all the market really does is move zone to zone, testing and prying. We'll get rid of this one here, as you can see. Consolidation. All right, so now we see it. We've identified it. What do you do with it? Good example. It's a 1 hour chart, Euro JPY. All right, so this was actually last week. And so here's what you do with this here. Obviously, your trend matters. We're trending down currently. But overall, we're trending up. Currently, we're on a downtrend, but overall, we're trending up. So how do you trade this? You can trade it a couple of ways. Obviously, if you're in consolidation, you can trade the top and the bottom of that area. Buys down here, sells down here. But really, what you're really looking for is the market to tell you which way it really wants to go. So here's a breakout at the top. And actually, out of the top, we broke out. I mean, it gave you about 58 pips, roughly. You would have traded the retest here. We're really trying to figure out some direction. So we broke out the top, and we know essentially this came into another consolidation zone, so it wasn't really a breakout. It was just a move up to the next zone. Then it got pushed right back into the same zone and consolidated. And then we finally broke below the area. So there's two things you can do with this one. You can trade the retest for the sell. You can trade the retest back in this zone for the buy. This is what we would call in the industry kind of a fake out. Why? Overall, we're in an uptrend, currently in a downtrend. The market's in consolidation, strong breakout, right? To fake you out, and then goes completely the opposite direction. Comes right back into that zone, catapults off that bottom and goes completely the opposite direction. That's called a fake out. Make you think, oh, this market's going down, down, and then breaks out the other side and continues to go up. And it actually broke out of this consolidation here. Yep, actually broke out of the top of that consolidation. Now it's moving back up. So consolidation, I want to make sure you guys can spot it pretty easy. I'm going to go to a couple of different examples just to make sure. This one I use 3 candles. Doesn't always have to be 3 candles. You can do it like this too. So let's go to a different pair. Let's go USD CAD. USD CAD. All right. So how can I identify this consolidation? Doesn't matter what time frame you're on. You can do it on any time frame. We're going to do it on the 1 hour for right now, though. It's because it's a little easier to see. All right, perfect. So if you're seeing the markets hitting like specific tops and specific bottoms, you can do it that way. But the real easy way, just like I showed you before, is just to box up or zone up those 3 candles. I'm gonna use the line this time. So you guys see here, market broke into this area, hit off the top, hit off the bottom, bounce off the bottom, hit off the top, hit you on the bottom side, came right back in, wick the top. The same thing I was telling you before. Here's your fake out. Why is this a fake out? Because we're going in an uptrend. The dominant energy is on the upside. So here's the fake out to think we're pulling back. And then the market just continues back up. Why do I say fake out? We put in a high, took it down low, and we took it from below this area and then pushed above that area. If it was just a pullback or a retracement, it would have respected this area and continued going down. But the fact that it broke out the top, it's fake out. All right, so that's the real easy way to find that consolidation. 3 candles. I chose these blue candles here. Just bounced around. The other thing you can do, if you don't like doing that with the lines or the boxes, let's go to a different pair. All right. The other thing you can do is check some pockets. What do I mean by that? If you look on here, this is an obvious trend here, right? Typically, after every big move, you're going to see consolidation. So that's a real easy way to find it too. So if you see a big move, boom, 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 sell, 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 sell. This is the bottom of that sell. Market popped up to right there. Green candle, consolidation. Finally broke out the top and then ran away. But that's a real easy way to find it. Usually after a big move, you're going to see consolidation. Market kind of settles. See it right there. See it here on the upside. Big move. I go from the top of that to the pullback. See that there? That's my consolidation. So this is the run up here. This is the top, how high we went, and then this is the first pullback. That zone right there is consolidation. See how the market just kind of hung out there? Eventually broke out the bottom and ran away. That's when I knew it was ready to go. But right now, here we were just stuck in between. So if you don't worry about the 3 candles, you can just wait for a big move. Almost every big move, after almost every big move, you're going to see consolidation. I can show you over and over and over and over and over again. It doesn't even have to be a huge move like this one. Here's the push up right here. Boom. There's my top. There's my bottom. Consolidation. See how everything is just kind of staying in the same area. We did break out the top a little bit. We came right back down into that area. It wasn't until here that we got a clear break and the market ran away. So it's good to identify your consolidation, because consolidation zones actually happens more than trending markets. You see consolidation all the time. You see trends here and there. Although right now, if you're looking at my screen, it looks like a bunch of trends and little consolidation. But the truth is this: consolidation is just a time frame away. Think about it like that. So I'm on the hour chart, right? If I go up to the 4-hour chart, it looks like there's trends here. Trends, 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 trends. If I go to the 4-hour chart, you guys see a lot more consolidation. And if I were to go up again on the daily, you'll see over here, this market, it's like I told you, there's the 3 candles. It's been stuck in consolidation for the last almost 10 days. But on the lower chart, it's like it was really moving a lot. But really on a grander scale, it's really consolidation. So I always say consolidation is just a time frame away, time frame up away, if you will. And you can do that. If I went to the weekly, you would see, look at that. That big move, and then all we did was consolidate. I told you guys how I do it. After we get to the bottom, I drove to the pullback. This is really just a big consolidation zone. And I know it's a big zone, but really it's just a big consolidation zone. It looks like we're moving, but the market's shooting up, being rejected, shooting down. Most of this is wicks. So if I brought this to the bodies, you see there that the market hasn't really moved much. These are wicks where the market tried to get up, got smacked back down. The market hasn't really moved much. I know these are weekly candles, so they are larger and cover more space. I just want you guys to understand that. Boom, here we go. All right, so let me get rid of that. So what do I do with them? I'm able to identify them now. What do I do with them? You got to understand what consolidation is first. Consolidation is basically a gathering of liquidity. So you have a bunch of orders, buys and sells in the same area, and just gathering that liquidity. More money, more money, more money before it leaves an area. So think about the market like this. All it does is move from zone to zone, waiting for its next area. So I'm going to draw this up so you can really see that market's not really moving a bunch. It's actually just moving from zone to zone. All right, so I have that drawn up here now. This was our big move, consolidation. Then it broke down here. Look here. So this is another zone right here. That's my 3 candles. 1, 2, and 3. I can use that. And these are 4-hour candles, and I want you to see how the market didn't really move a lot. All it did was go from zone to zone to zone. We started up here in this zone. We broke down. We hung here for a little bit. And then we dropped down to this zone. Hung out here, jumped up into this zone, got rejected, jumped right back into this zone, ran up to this zone, ran through this zone, right back down to this zone, popped it right back up to this zone. So the market hasn't really moved a lot. Just want you to see that, how it really, I mean, it has moved as far as pips. I mean, from this top here, all the way down to the bottom was 414 pips. So it has moved as far as pips, but as far as orders and the market actually moving distance, it actually hasn't moved a long distance. As you guys see, it's basically been playing in these 3 zones. That's all it's been doing. Every time it gets to this zone, you see it reject. Every time it gets to this zone, it rejects. We're just playing. This is a big game of consolidation with 3 different zones. So if I recognize that, now I'm gonna show you this is a little bit deeper here. If I recognize that, then I'm just gonna trade from my top consolidation and my bottom consolidation until we get a break. Now, how did I get these 3 boxes? I'll show you again. If we're starting right here, there's 1, 2, 3 candles in a row. I could have used that 4th one, but I'll keep it with 3. There's 3 in a row. That's where I got this box from, the middle. Then in the top, we broke to the top. After I told you, after a big move, I get the top of that move and then the first pullback, or basically how far it pulls back. Pull back to here. I could have put this a little bit lower. I'm getting the candles, not the wicks. All right. So that's where I got that from. And then this bottom zone here, if I didn't have it over here, same thing here. Here's the big move. Push me all the way down to the bottom, right? And then here's my top pullback. So that's where I got that from. Bottom, This is my highest pullback. Then the market kind of sputtered. And so if I'm thinking about trading this, then I'm going to think about trading this top zone and this bottom zone. I don't want to trade this middle zone. You know why? Because it could literally go either way. When it came this way, it went down. When it came this way, it went up, then down, and then up again. And when it came down here, it ran through it on the downside. And then right here, it ran up on the upside. So this area right here was really, really sketchy, if you will. And even if you took that out, it would be a lot clearer for you. I'm only trading up here. I'm only trading down here. Sells up here, buys down here. So I took one consolidation zone and another consolidation zone and really made a big consolidation zone. So all the market really is consolidation is just a time frame away, I'm telling you. If I go to the daily, you'll see it. Look at that. The market didn't really move. That's consolidation on the daily. You can see it very, very, very clearly. Here was the big move. Here was the bottom. Back up to this top. Market hasn't really moved. So when you're able to identify that, it makes it a lot easier to see in the trade. So how do I know to sell up here? Well, no one knows exactly where the market's going to go. Let's be honest. But it's a good indicator there that if you break out of the top of this market, it's going to go up. You break out of the bottom of this market, it's going to go down. So if you don't want to trade consolidation, you can just wait till the market gives you a clue, like maybe this, and runs away, or something like this, and runs away. But you have a strong consolidation zone here to let you know, hey, it looks like this market is moving, but all it is just bouncing back and forth. And if you really want to go a little bit deeper, like I was telling you about the 3 candles, look at this. And this is the daily chart, but look at this. 1, 2, 3. Has the market broke out of that zone? No, it hasn't. This is just a big consolidation zone. And when you're able to recognize that, you'll really see that the market's in consolidation almost all the time. And then when you get a big move or breakout, then you'll know what to do. Let's take it back over here. 1, 2, 3 candles here on the upside, right? This was a clear break right here. Once we broke here, it was a good indicator this market was ready to sell. We didn't know all this information, right? So if we go back a little bit further, we did know that we had hit this zone before, rejected. See? If I were to pull this back, you would be able to see that, man, we had been stuck in this area for a little bit, really. All we kept doing was bouncing our head, dropping out, bouncing our head, dropping out, bouncing our head again, and then finally it rejected. So understanding that, once we saw that drop, we should have been looking for the downside. And I don't mean this drop, I mean up here. We knew this was a consolidation zone that we couldn't break. One attempt, 2 attempts, 3 attempts. Eventually, the market's going to give up and retreat, as it did right there. So once you're able to identify those consolidation zones, man, trading looks a lot easier. Instead of all this up and down that we're seeing, it looks like it's going crazy. You really see that the market's just in the consolidation zone. And I'll show you how sweet this is. Look, I got this information from over here, but if I were to pull this back, you would see how that consolidation zone just lines up perfectly with my bottom here, my top there. I mean, man, still just consolidation. So even though the market made this big move down here, once it got down here, it just created another zone of consolidation. Gave you the fake out right here. Well, actually, I won't call that a fake out. It gave you the break right here. It came right back in and then continued consolidation. So I hope you guys get that. Consolidation, once you identify it, you can really, 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 really take advantage of it. Really, really take advantage of it once you identify it here. Once we got the close here, boom. We were in a downtrend, so we got this pullback here. Let's say this was our information. We didn't trade this. No trading. No trading. Market broke down below, right? Maybe we caught this sell here on the retest, or this sell here on the retest. But guess what? Even if we didn't, If you were patient and understood this consolidation zone, boom, here was a perfect opportunity to sell. That's over 200 pips right there in about 2 or 3 days. Make sure that's right. You got in right there. Yeah, that's 2 days. Yeah, about 2 days, over 200 pips. You got in on that second one here. That's about 3 or 4 days, maybe 5, and it's over 300 pips. I mean, if you held this, if you caught this one up here, another opportunity here, it's another 400 pips. So all I did, let's recap this really quick so you guys got it. All I did was identify my consolidation zones and then traded them accordingly. So let's go back. I started on the 1 hour. You guys remember? Started on the 1 hour. Let's do this one more time. 1 hour. Boom. 1 hour looks like it's going up and down and all over the place, right? Big move here, big move here, big move here, big move there. It looks like it's all over the place. I told you consolidation is just one time frame away. So when you understand that, you can either just go straight to that next time frame up, which would be 4 hours in this case, or you can use your same theory. So I see here, market's pushing up. I could use these 3 candles in a row here, but this was not my top. So let's say I have all this information already. I'm sorry. I could use this clear top to my pullback. I taught you that one. You could use your 3 candles, which in this case, you don't really have 3 in a row, here or there. So you wouldn't necessarily draw it there off the 3 candles, but you have your big move pullback consolidation option. And so let's use that. Boom. Got the pullback. All right, and then I told you here, boom, we do have the 3 candles here. 1, 2, 3. There's another zone. And then down here, the big move. This is the lowest it went. Where's the pullback? Right there. So you guys see how I got that? Came low. This is the first pullback. This is my next consolidation zone. And you guys see now how I really just trapped the market. When it came back up, it rejected in this zone. Then came up to test this zone, and then look at this rejection already. Most likely, it's going to come back down into this zone. I have the market trapped in 3 different zones. And if I don't really want to trade this middle zone, I take it out. Boom. I have areas where I want to trade. If I want to take that time frame up, like I told you, look at this. It's really, really clear. Really, really clear if I take it up this time frame. 4 hours. Market started up here, rejected, came down, came right back into this area and rejected. And on the daily, it looks like a really tight consolidation zone. You guys see it. Really, really tight. So it doesn't matter which time frame you start on. Just know that the next time frame up, consolidation is the time frame away. All right, everybody, have a great, great, wonderful day. That is consolidation. Let's get it.